Hi, and thanks so much for joining me. Today we are featuring these Givenchy powders. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. This is part of the in-between series, or what shade do I choose series. It's where I pick up two things because I'm in between and I don't know which one to pick. So in that case, I just pick them both up so we can decide and take a look together in case you are close to my skin tone and maybe even a little bit lighter, a little bit more rich than me. Hopefully this will help you out. So I picked these up because it looks like the shades are new. It's not a new product, but it looks like the shade offerings are new. I've never tried this powder, but I've heard a lot about it. I know a lot of people love it. And when I went to look at the shades, I noticed that 4 wasn't exactly the right one and 5 wasn't exactly the right one either. So I've got 4 here and 5. So we're gonna talk about these along the way, and then we'll recap at the end. I have on the Libre foundation in Buff. I also have this beautiful blush on that I talked about before in my haul. It is just beautiful. So you know how I don't like to apply cream blush right here because it lifts off concealer. This one didn't do that. So this is one of the few cream blushes that is not disturbing my makeup underneath. So just worth noting in case you were interested. It's beautiful. I'll do a demo of that if you want me to in some other video, but I just wanted to mention that. Eyebrows on, of course. I have on Pat McGrath Black Coffee eyeliner just to kind of carve out the shape there. Of course, Clé de Peau concealer, almond mocha, combination of almond mocha and also that blush in there as well. I kind of used it as a color corrector too. And on the lip for now, I haven't decided on the lip color. I think once I do my eyes, I'll figure it out. But I've got the Wayne Goss Cherry Blossom on my lips right now, the lip gloss. We'll do the powders first and then we'll do the eyes. So I kind of want to give the powder a little bit of time to settle in. For me, powder looks different upon initial application versus a little bit more time. So I like when it's had like a half an hour at least, maybe an hour to settle in, just to really see what it looks like. So I have the two powders here. And if you could help me figure out how to make this not such a messy kind of thing, that would be great. So far all I've been doing is I'm taking the powder and it's very dusty, and you can see like there's excess powder here. So I've been playing with this. So I just take it and I turn it upside down and I tap it like this gently. So I try and get an even distribution in the lid, but that's not always the case. So there's some excess in there. Like I feel like there's a lot of green in this one. So that's what I'm going to take on the brush. I do have my Wayne Goss brush here. I'm just going to tap half of it, half of the brush, so I don't get it on the other side. I'm going to try and just mix them together so I get an even distribution of the colors. Like it looks kind of like almost grayish, I think because of that green color, which is what I don't really love in this combination. This is number 4 on this side. I'm going to go under my eyes as well. I mainly powder right here in the center. We'll see if there's any blurring. You can see a little discoloration coming through. I can fix that with another powder if I need to later. But I just wanted to show you 4 versus 5. So this is 4. It is a really beautiful powder. No powder. Powder. So I've been kind of playing around with it just to see its performance. It performs really well. I think this will just really give you a good indication of what shade is best for you though. Okay, so the only thing I really like about this puffer thing is it kind of contains the powder when you open it up. I think that's what it's good for. I don't use it to apply. I prefer a fluffier brush with powder, so I'm going to do the same thing. Just tap it, and this is the number 5. See what we got here. So this is what we got for number 5. So again, I'm going to just kind of swirl it around a little bit on the other side of the brush. This looks much different on the brush. It has a much peachier tone to it. The other one had kind of like a greenish tone to it. So already I like this one better just because of what I'm seeing on the brush. So we're gonna see how it compares in terms of the depth though. I don't know if you noticed though right away, my pores are blurred though. But do you see how it just is adding color? It's almost like a blush. But it does a really beautiful job on those pores. So if you are like me, enlarged pores, this is one of the better powders I've used when it comes to that area. So then this is 5. This is 4, 5, I mean, this is doable. It has a different feel, like mood about it than this side. This side's more like a tan, fun, out in the sun kind of thing. This is more like a, what is this more like? This is more like a inside glow kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a different look. So I think it really just depends on what you want. Let's see how these kind of meld with the skin though. I'm gonna go in with a Chantecaille shadow. We've got here Elephant. I don't think I've tried this one on camera, single shade, and I like these by themselves. They have enough dimension by themselves that you can just easily put these on. So I've got the number 11 Ray Morris brush, and I'm just going to take this and place it on the eye. I think because of the shimmer, it gives it a lot of dimension without having to add lots of different colors. I'm just kind of pulling it up a little bit, so I'm not gonna have to blend so much over here. I mean, that's how simple this eyeshadow is, because I'm pretty much done with it at this point. And it's soft too, so it doesn't pile it on right away. I'm going to take Cheetah here, and I'm going to put it in the inner corner. This is a really beautiful inner corner. I was going to get some water, but let's see how it goes without it. I'm just going to take this and place it right in the inner corner. It's beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of liquid liner just along the lash line here. Mascara. Make sure we're kind of blended in right in this area when I get a close look at it. I'll go ahead and find a lip to add that on, and then we'll check in with the powder, see how it looks. I'll let you know how much time has passed, so I'll be right. It's been about a half an hour since the last time I saw you. It's been warm as well, so I feel like that's given the powder a little bit of time and a little bit more heat to kind of meld with the rest of my makeup. So we've got, again, 4 on this side. We've got 5 on this side. I just wanted to talk about the claims on each of these colors because they're a little bit different because of their makeup. So we've got number 4 here, and on the Sephora site, it shows you what each color does. Oh gosh, it's kind of messy, but I'll hold it up anyway. Green over here corrects redness. Then you've got purple here that corrects dark spots, although I really feel like purple is not the color to correct dark spots on me. It's usually a nice peachy tone, so that's why I feel like these 2 colors over here really aren't something that I would pick. I don't have much redness to my skin anyway in terms of the green, and if anything, I want to kind of remove any green tones from my skin. So right away, those 2 stuck out to me like shades I really wouldn't want to mix in. In fact, in the Guerlain powders, the meteorites, I'll pluck out the lavender and the green and not leave too many in. Then we've got this peachy tone. It says it unifies skin tone, and then 5 brings radiance. I'll show you in a minute kind of the comparison between the 2. I mean, I think it looks okay. I don't know if it looks the best though. I don't know if it's the best combination for my skin. I feel like if I could custom mix these, I probably would pick some other colors over here and keep these 2. But I mean, you can see it looks nice. It's not probably the look I would go for. I don't know. You'll have to let me know what you think. Talking about number 5 here, let me just hold it correctly. So this one, the peach tone, it says it corrects blue tones. Then you've got the yellowy colored powder here, corrects purple tones. Then you've got this one up here, brings radiance, and then this one here unifies skin tone. So you know what I thought was interesting is that this one on 5 looks very similar to this one on 4. And then this one, let's see if I can get it. I have to switch them, but this one's 4 over here and this one's 5. Those 2 look the same. Do they not look the same to you? Maybe they're not exactly the same, but they're close enough. And you know, it's funny, when I looked at these powders, it was these 2 colors that I liked from the number 4. And it was these 2 colors that I didn't like. So I really wanted just these 2 colors. And then on number 5, I thought that they were pretty, except that this one was a little bit rich for me. So I really just liked these 2 colors here. And maybe this one, but really mainly these 2 colors. So I feel like with number 5, I think it looks pretty. I think it added a little bit too much color for me though. So I would like to take number 5 and just isolate these 3 and then keep this one back. I think that's how I would use number 5. Like put up a little piece of tape. And then on number 4, I would like to just isolate these 2 and not involve these 2. and just put a piece of tape over these two. That's kind of how I would use those. I think if you're my color, you can use 4, but you might not want the green and the purple. And I think the other 2 would work fine. Or 5 would be good too. Yeah, I would definitely isolate and let these come through. So let me know what you think. I feel like, let me look at the claims. I didn't look at the claims. So it does say, a setting and finishing loose powder designed to mattify, blur, and illuminate the complexion for a perfected makeup result. The finish is matte, and it is matte, but it's not like, you know how sometimes matte is really matte? I feel like there's still a skin-like quality about it. Vitamin E, antioxidant protection to resist caking or settling into fine lines. This one does a really nice job with that. I still would not choose this for under the eye though. I feel like it's better on the more oily parts of my face, which are right up in front, which is perfect because I like to powder here and not necessarily so much on the exterior, but just right here in the middle where it needs it. It says each shade of Prisma Libre combines 4 unique colors, 2 for color correction, 2 for radiance. And we talked about the colors before. They work together upon application to address the needs of your individual skin tone. The result is a more even complexion with a transparent second skin finish. And I really like the finish. I mean, I think if you are more oily, this is a really nice product. Prisma Libre locks in makeup with a sheer matte finish that feels natural and weightless on the skin. The soft, ultra-refined powder instantly blurs imperfections, reducing the appearance of pores and minimizing texture in the complexion. And I feel like it really did a good job with the pores. It looks really good. I mean, it looks better than most powders do right in this area. I did let the dark spots kind of come through just to see if there was any kind of blurring that it would do, but I feel like it didn't really do that. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more and let's just see. I do have other powders that do a better job of that, but I just am impressed with the pores. Okay, so here we go. I'm adding number 4 here. And I like this one because you can add more powder and it's not a problem. It doesn't get cakey. So here's number 5. Yeah, number 5 definitely, whoa, it adds color. So just have to be light-handed with 5. Actually, I might use this 5 as more the way it is, more as a color corrector, because that one did a much better job of blurring, I think, than this side. But you can see it definitely added color. It's subtle, but it's definitely clear to me that there's a difference between the two. So out of 61 women, 100% found their skin texture looked improved. 98% found that the product result looked natural and felt invisible upon application. 100% found that the product helped their foundation last longer. It's the -- selling prestige face loose powder in Asia. So there's a whole thing with the puff that I didn't use. I feel like puffs in general are a little bit aggressive. One of you said that with the Libre one. And I feel the same way about this. I would rather go in with a brush just to kind of get it to the strength that I want it. I feel like I can't control it as much with the puff. Okay, so final verdict on which one, 4 or 5. This one is not as clear. I feel like neither one of these are shades that I feel like I can just go in as is. I feel like I need to make some adjustments before I can go in and use these. So again, if it were 4, I would probably just isolate these 2 and use these 2. And if it were 5, I'd probably isolate this and just use these 3. I really am that in-between person where there's nothing that's ever going to be like, oh, that's your color and it works perfectly the way it is. I've rarely experienced that where something fits perfectly. So I feel like if you are like me often, come back again. I'll be doing this with other things that come on the market where I just can't decide. So come here first so you can make a wise choice, because I know some of you have said you've purchased things maybe not even once, twice, but 3 times in different shades because it didn't work out for you the first or the second time. So I'm happy to do that for you and share that information. So I hope that was helpful. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other, stay well. And if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks.